Hello and what is up, people? My name is Twisted Flames.
I am Cosmo versus Goku.
And we're just going to get straight into this. This is opening number 20 of One Piece. His Blind Reaction, my 4,000th viewing or whatever it is. And I think this is version 4 of this opening.
4?
Yeah, there's 4 versions of this opening. A few of them get like 4 or 5 versions. It's great.
Fuck. How long did this opening hang around for?
It's about a year. But it did the thing where it changed a lot of the footage.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'll point stuff out as we go. But there's the very end of this opening is the biggest change.
Okay.
So it looks like a massive spoiler, but it was changed as we got there.
Okay.
So,
Thank you for...
prefacing it?
Yes, thank you.
Right, let's get to it.
Opening up with the montage of attacks, I love it.
Considering half these guys aren't even here.
Yeah, I really like the transition from Usopp to Robin.
This is also the same artist who did opening 14.
Okay. They're getting better with CG blending.
It's fall over.
I'm loving the focus on Sanji, as it should rightfully do.
So the original 2 versions of this did not have the fight. It was just pure red coat.
I didn't even notice the fight. Like, I was too focused on Sanji.
Nice work.
Hello, Jingo.
You're
Grip. Big grip. Okay, fuck the heads. I really like Carrot.
Yeah, so do I. Carrot Nakama.
Oh yeah, 100%.
She won't know.
I know. Sorry, I had to translate that in my head. Oh, I love that. Oh,
Yep.
when you made the...
So a lot more of these characters are blacked out,
Yeah,
and they've just slowly opened them up as the series, like as this opening went through.
I love that.
This is the part that was changed.
Okay,
So it didn't show this from the beginning.
okay.
It was originally showing stuff to do with, I think, the Sanji and Luffy fight.
Yep. I love this fight in the Mirror Dimension.
Oh yeah.
I'm calling it the Mirror Dimension, but I don't know.
It effectively is.
Yeah.
It's a mirror world.
German 66.
General Double Six.
My apologies. I love those
All
guys.
these guys are blacked out as well,
Okay.
and they were slowly revealed. Like how Chopper is always on Frankie in these openings.
Yeah, it's probably keeping that high.
Yeah.
There's a lot in here. This is dense.
Oh yeah.
In a good way. Like
Like a good dense cake.
what a whole cake.
A whole cake.
I like that they didn't spoil Pudding's third eye in the opening, even though we'd seen it before in
What, sorry?
Pudding's third eye.
Oh, right. Pudding's eye, yeah.
What do you think I was saying?
I didn't know what you were saying. I didn't get the word third.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, even though we had seen it before.
Yeah, well, we saw the eye before she was revealed who she was.
Yeah. Which I'm looking forward to going back and showing implied by that when we get there. But,
When you get there, you're up to the ground line.
yes, implied by and I are finally getting to Reverse Mountain.
Because you've just hit Warship Island and she was complaining about fillers.
Yeah.
And none of the fillers of One Piece are bad. Warship Island is actually not too bad. It's really interesting because it introduces concept-based Paramecia Devil Fruits, which had not yet been introduced in the series.
Okay.
Every single Devil Fruit at this stage, aside from Smoker, was a Paramecia, and every single one of them physically changed the user's body. Having the girl, I can't remember her name, is Apis or Isa. One of them is her, and the other one is the girl from Skypiea, whichever one it is. She is the first person with an ability that isn't physically changing her body.
Okay.
First user. Even Eric, who has a wind-based devil fruit. I'm spoiling stuff for Phil. I don't care because you're not going to watch it anyway. He has a wind ability, which allows him to produce wind. So he's actually the first production Paramecia we met.
Okay.
When this occurred, the manga was only about a year ahead, so we were only roughly up to Alabasta.
Yeah.
Which means that there had not been a concept Paramecia yet.
Interesting.
Because concept Paramecias are kind of like, I want to call her Juvia, but she's not because that's a character from Fairy Tail. But the art lady, she's a concept Devil Fruit user.
Okay.
Because she doesn't produce something, she changes something.
Yeah.
And all that sort of stuff. It's like Brooks is technically, doesn't change his body. I've got a whole thing on Brooks Devil Fruit. We'll leave that alone. But like, yeah, like there's ones that actually produce something and there are ones that change the physical body. But we hadn't even had production ones until Little Garden with Mr. 3.
Yeah.
Mr. 3 was the first production Paramecia we met.
Yep.
So yeah, it's just to have Devil Fruit users that are so out of what we had as a scope for the series at that stage is really interesting.
Well, that have just been a case of Oda communicating with the anime team?
I have no idea. I actually don't know how much, if any, input Oda had with that art. But the fact that that stuff exists makes me question it.
Interesting.
Anyway, that's a whole filler conversation. It's completely irrelevant to what we were talking about. But this is a very solid opening.
Yeah. I love that we're still seeing the crew together, even though they're separated at this point. I love seeing the crew together.
And it's not treated the same way it was when they were separated.
Yeah.
Because that was a lot of more somber stuff where, like, you had opening 14, I want to say, or 13, where all of them were doing their own thing and they all looked quite upset.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't look upset, but they didn't look happy.
Also loved the showing of Gemma 66.
Yep.
I read it as Gemma 66.
Yeah, no, everyone did, but then when they were building the anime, it was referred to as Gemma 66.
Okay. I guess that makes sense. Weirdly. I love seeing their abilities here.
Yeah.
Josh can fuck off. But this shot here with the crew coming towards Sanji and him holding up the basket. Just...
Yep.
Oh... When it was revealed that he'd cooked the crew's food, I cried. Like, I don't even remember if I told you that, but I cried. And the truth about pudding and when Sanji was accidentally eavesdropping, just... But I love how Whole Cake Island itself is framed with colour. Like, the manga didn't do it justice, in my opinion. No. Because here it looks colourful and like cake, and in the manga it didn't have that.
The anime also has musical numbers.
I remember you were telling me that. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's actually a couple of musical numbers, and there's one at the very start, and there's one during the very ending of it. So as the Straw Hats are sort of waiting for Luffy to get the Mirror World, before Big Mom shows up at the very end of the arc to try and get them.
Was that when they were sailing away?
It's when the Sun Pirate ship gets destroyed.
Yeah.
It's like that whole fake out with the Sunny getting destroyed.
Yeah, I remember.
That bit. There's a whole like musical number there as well, and it's like so well orchestrated and stuff like that. It's like it's gorgeous. But yeah, so that was opening number 20.
20.
Yeah.
We've crossed 20 now.
Yes,
20 plus 1, because we've episode 1000.
Yes, this is true.
So we will be back next week with opening 21.
We will be.
Until then, bye.
Bye.